So in this part, what I'd like to do is move from this defunct approach, which is the typical approach of looking at accident department, and shift to accident source description. So this is what was calculated in the last video. This is just the mix. Scroll down here to show you that if you look under mix, it's 27 claims. This is all accident sources, all new causes. You kind of look at the numbers. And can we present this to management? I mean, is this representative of a trend, or is it just we're trying to force an outcome? And I would say that it's not good. 2018, there's a bunch, but then they're all lower. So if we were to just go by the averages, sure, there could be that amount, but it's not a very conservative estimate. It's not including the most expensive claim, which may be something we'd want to talk about. That in the mix department, that there was a very expensive claim. And yeah, I don't know. So not good. So then we move to looking just at overexertion. Not much better. R values are very, very small, non-existent. Not good. Look, everything's really low, then it's really high one. Really, really low, then a high one. Here, they're all over the place. I just couldn't take this to management and say definitively invest money based on this data. It's just not good. So I did it again for our accident department, my second priority. What was it? It was SAN, which I guess might be sanitation. I don't know. But there's 18 of them. What was the number one? Overexertion again. And was it any better? Well, no, it's below zero for 2023. The R square value is 0.5. It's nice, but still, there weren't any in 2021. And the previous years, there were 3 and there was 5. So that's why the average is 3. We look at the total paid. It's almost nothing. What would that be? About $500 or something. R square is not good. Again, it was high in 19, whereas the last one was high in 18. And again, the average is not good. So really, not much to go off of, right? When I narrowed it to overexertion, there weren't any in 2021. There was one in the previous years to that. Total paid, it was really high in 19, high in 18, not much. In the previous 2 years, the average isn't good. So it's not great. There were some outliers here. It was expensive. So I think, what should we take away from this? That overexertion in this department, although it's gone down, needs to be considered. It's something we'd probably want to focus on because of the outliers that are here. But when we, God, what did I just do? But when we look at the mix overexertion, yeah, it looks like things are kind of going up because it's big in 2021. But not enough to say, okay, definitively, let's spend the money here because it's really hard to justify. So what do? Well, let's go back to our new cause with no outliers. I'll copy and paste that to a new tab. And what I'd like to do is I'm going to sort by my accident source description. And gotta get this up to about 140 so you can see. I'm gonna scroll down. All right. It's just really jumping. It's jumpy. All right, here we go. So I've done nothing. All I've done is sorted, and we do know that this is now screwed up because it was sorted by a different criterion. This was sorted by the fiscal year in order to understand what sort of open claims. What I want to do is I'm going to build a foundational document and then test it as we go through. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to copy this table here. Copy and paste it. Let's clear all these. Well, actually, let's test and see if it's right. So if I click on that, you see it says S417. Yeah, it's still got the 5-year average. Cool, that worked out nicely. Sometimes that doesn't work, sometimes it does. Let's see if the average is correct. Yes. And I was hoping that you all would see that when something shows up in a cell that you don't expect, that you would double click on it and then like investigate it. You know, is it really picking out what I want it to? Versus staring at it and redoing it and nothing works out. So you got to test that stuff. This will have to be rebuilt. For the estimated losses, it's going to be the lower of the two, so I'm going to get rid of that. Outliers, we'll do that manually. Oh, shoot. Let's leave that. I don't know why it's 319. Delete. And let's see if the open claims, is that working out? Yeah, it's still taking that number, and it's taking that number, and it's taking that. So those are all still really good. All right, cool. So I'm making a base thing here. So if we were just to take our, I mean, we've done this. It's just I've added this thing here, and I've added these two rows here. I could graph it, project it for an overall to base all of our other information off of. Now there's that. Let's do the total paid. And I could also do an average and then make them look good, and then we can, I'll use this as a basis and we'll just start building. Yeah, so let's, got our charts. We have to manipulate them and create, we have to add the X value and the title. So select data, edit. Our X values are 17 through 21. Okay. What the heck is going on here? Fine. There. I should have cleaned it up before I did that. What's our trend line? Forecast it out by 2 years. Add the R-square value. So see, this is, we already did this. This has been done before. And we've got a decent number, and I can populate and then use that as a basis. So let's just go ahead and finish this little inquiry that I'm doing. It's good to play with this anyway. Do this one quick. So my average per claim, the X values. All right, let's clean these up. There's my total paid. It's weird. I add the trend line, and it fixes the axis for me. That's kind of cool. I don't know why. No clue. I'll take it. Take it for free. R-square value. All right. So let's populate our table. I shouldn't be covering that up. All right. All right. So from the figure, what do we expect? It's just under 70. Remember, we did this before. The average per claim is, I'm just going to say 3,500. And the total paid is somewhere in between that and that. So I'll go 225. 223. All right. I'll take the lower of the two. I could round it. I should just say 113. And what do we have for outliers? Well, I mean, I should enter that information. Because the total amount, the number of outliers. Hey, why don't we, I'm going to show you something we can do since we're building the basis. This is just something that I do from time to time. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a representative. Each outlier gets an X. Yeah, I could have clicked and dragged. I know. And it kept going. And it's still going. It's still going. So there's 30 of them, right? Now what I can do is right here, this would be remaining. what I can do is just go equal count if from here to here is equal to x. Because then as I go down and delete these later on, it'll automatically update. So now I don't have to do anything else. Every time I copy and paste this, it will automatically update. And then I've got the... He panicked for a second, but it didn't matter because the number's right there. So here's the subtotal right there as well. I could do the number of open as well. I could do equal count if this number to this number is open. So now what I can do is I can just click on these cells because I'm populating and so I'm automating my results table, just like I did before. All right, for the number of outliers, equal. Now I'm going to go down here and click on that cell. Because when I go back and delete them, it'll work out. I know it's all the average. The average is simply equal to the total divided by the number. And y'all, total paid is equal to, I mean, why do we want to know the average? I don't know. Something else to know. Right here. And the number of open claims is equal to, and I could do the incurred of what it could go up to, given the open claims, but it's up above. What am I doing? 5. Is everything here? Yeah, so this is just a recombination of the things we had calculated before. Yes. Yeah, we knew that was 71.29. This is our starting point. So I'm going to put this as the base forecast. You can call it whatever you want. And now I'm going to start building from my priority set up by accident source. So I've got 6 of them. That was our Pareto. I could go up to 10 if I wanted. Let's see how it goes. So I'm going to copy everything here. Copy, add a new tab, and paste. I'm going to, did I already sort by accident source? I did. What was my number 1? Number 1 was repetitive motion. Repetitive motion was number 1 before and after. So what we're going to do is we're going to delete everything that's not a repetitive motion from up above and down below. I need to have it on my screen so I can see it. I'll highlight the rows, go all the way down to repetitive motion. Ooh, geez, that went fast. Slow down, cowboy. Double check, delete. By deleting it, everything will be populated down below. And delete these. Go down here, and I need to do the same thing. What I should do is just sort these by accident description. I should have done it in the last one. That would have made it so much easier. I'm going to go back and do that. So I'm going to turn this into a filter. Sort by accident source. And I'm going to delete everything that's not repetitive motion. Everything will update for me. I'm going to go back and do it in my base forecast as well. So that when I copy and paste that again, it's already set up for me. I don't have to do it again. Where is it? It was the one thing I forgot to do. All right, there we go. My base forecast is set. This is set as well. Now what I need to do is I need to, obviously I have to redo the figures. That's what it was before. So I'm going to delete that. I'm focusing only on repetitive motion. So I'm going to first turn this into a repetitive motion. Okay. I need to update these. These are based on data from different, so I can either build them straight away brand new, or I can just update them. It's up to you. We could compare. I'll do it both ways for you. So number of claims, n equals 3A Nope, 357, right? We're going to compare that to when we're just looking at repetitive motion. So repetitive motion, there were an average of 9 per year, 7 per year before. So it seems to have gone up. But let's see. So 17 through 21. Insert. And maybe it would be better to be able to compare it. Go ahead and fix this. Select data, edit, series name or number of claims. The X values are the 17 through 21. Okay, trend line. Forecasted by 2 years. R square value. Let's see what we got. So, R square value is not good. It sort of dipped down and went back up. And on here, it looks like, what's it going to be? We could say 6 or we could say 7. Because of this weird thing, I'm going to go ahead and say 7. Just kind of angle it up. Oh, it's the same as the average. Funny. Usually the flatter the line, the more these are equal. All right, so let's do the total paid side by side. So the total paid before, this was with the N equals 357. This is number of claims. Repetitive motion claims only. And I should put the N value in there, but I'll leave it up to you to clean these up, right? Side by side comparison. Let's create the total paid here. Total paid 17 through 21. Insert a scatter plot. Let's clean it up. Select data. Click on it. Edit. The name is total paid. The X values are 17 through 21. Put in the the trend line. I call it best fit line, but it's a trend line. R square value. Close that. Okay. This is total paid, repetitive motion claims only. So what is this? This is somewhere between 20 and 25. I think I could say 24 for that. You know what? I still have to remove the outliers. But first I'm going to finish this. What am I doing? Average. The average. 2,000 through there. Insert scatter plot. Select data. Click on it. Hit edit. Give it the name. Give it the X values. Hit OK. Hit OK. Trendlined it. Forecast by 2 years. And look at the R square value. Not good. Not good. Not good. Let's see how they've changed. So again, this is the the overall data set compared to when it's been narrowed down to one type of claim. What type of claim? The repetitive motion claims. Yeah, it's not great. I'm just going to round it down to 3,500 for the average. 3,500. So it's a little bit higher, and that's a little bit higher. So the estimated loss, I'm just going to go ahead and click on there. Oh wait, I got to go equal. Click on there. Because it's the lower of the two. I always pick the lower of the two. It's more conservative. We got to go fix down here, though. We got to delete everything that's not repetitive motion. They're all repetitive. Oh, did I already take care of that? I don't remember doing that. Perhaps I did. Okay. So does that mean everything up here is updated? There are 6 outliers. That's the average. That's the total. There is 1 open claim. It's 20%. So yeah, this is the information we're going to be able to. So look at if we believe, and after we do more analysis, that repetitive motion claim, that's the number one issue we should be focusing on. And is it? I mean, yeah. I mean, right now it looks like a priority. You got to look at the other ones, but we're estimating that in 2023. The company's going to have about conservatively $19,500 in claims. There'll be about 7 of them. and we're requesting $15,000 and change in order to investigate it. But at least we have a direction here. This is an issue we're going to go focus on. How much can we invest here? Well, based on a 1 year, or maybe in this case, I mean, if it was 2 year, we'd have to add this up, so it'd be 2 years worth. But this is just one single year. I'll get into that when I talk about return on investment. But the outliers, this doesn't include at current state over $281,000, which could be realized, could be re-realized within this time period, but we're being conservative here. So that's where we get management. When we get to the final table, you'll see how that's important and how this stuff also helps out. So I'm going to redo this same technique, which is to take my base forecast, copy it, put it in a new tab, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and focus on my number 2 for accident source description, which is struck by and against. Everything's already sorted, so I need to get my accident source description, and I need to do I already forgot what it was. Jeez. Struck by and against object. Scroll down for the struck by and against. It's all alphabetical, so I kind of know when it's coming. Delete. Delete. Go down below. Get rid of everything but the struck by and against. My computer's making a lot of... Wow, there's only one? There's only one outlier. Interesting. Delete. All right, so I'm going to show you what happens if we don't create brand new. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click on the select data and I'm going to edit it. Now the Y values are from the previous base, but I want to look at it from the new one. So I'm going to hit the up button. Then I have to go over here and click on my new tab. And go here and go ahead and click on the 17 through 21. These are my new ones. Now watch how this changes. Boop. See how it changed? So it actually looks like it's going down. These are declining. So 6 from the figure. Let's do the same thing with total paid. I did the right click, select data. I'm going to edit. I'm just going to edit the Y values. I'm going to click on my tab that I'm on. And I'm going to do the 17 through 21. Oh, can we see what happens when I hit go? And see, it changed. It's going down now. Oh, that's not great. So something happened in 2019 that's kind of off. Expensive claims. Do the same thing with average. Select data, edit. We're just going to change the Y values. We have to click on our tab. We're going to find the data. It's right here. It's 17 through 21. And I want you to show what happens when I click it. There, it went down. This one is declining. Not going to be a high priority, even though it was number 2 on our list. And you could also know what you're doing because look at it's the only one represented. You know, that's the total, but that was earlier in 2019. It was a really expensive year. So what is this going to be? I'm going to put down 500. And what is the paid? It's going down. It's $6,000. So can we go with the average of 15? Well, there's just a really expensive year. And everything seems to be going down. Put the lower of the 2 in there. Yeah, not great. The one outlier is 29. This probably won't be a high priority. We may add it in there as a concern because it came up as number 2 based on risk priority number, but the trending is not good. I gotta change this to, is it struck by? Yeah, struck by. So I'm gonna do this analysis for at least my Pareto, but I may go top 10 just to see where it goes, to find out if I can find what my priorities are, where I can identify. And so in the next video, I'll have this all done, and I'll kind of report it all, and then I'll talk about ROI.